For the last 10 years, we've been trialling urease-treated urea. We haven't been looking at whether it reduces ammonia emissions. We've been looking at the agronomic benefit of those products in comparison with standard products that we use. We know from academic work that ammonia emissions aren't constant. In some situations and years they can be significant, in other situations they can be negligible. The overall conclusion of that body of work, though, is that urease-treated urea performs on a par with ammonium nitrate in terms of yield and protein. That's really useful information and confidence to have in both of those products when we've seen over the last 2 years significant fluctuations in prices between the two, but also availability of those products. For the last 7 years, we've actually been looking at those urease inhibitors in combination with liquid fertilisers. We've seen yield responses that vary in line with the ammonia losses that I mentioned earlier. But in 2 recent trials, we saw a 7% increase in nitrogen use efficiency. So 7% more of the nitrogen fertiliser that we applied got into the plant, producing a yield and protein benefit. DEFRA has recently announced urea legislation that means we'll be mandated to use these urease inhibitors for all applications of urea-based fertilisers, both solid and liquid, from the 1st of April 2024. Clearly that is likely to add a cost to your nitrogen programs, but the trials we've been conducting over the last 10 years, we've seen in a number of those trials economic benefits from the inclusion of these materials. By minimising the ammonia emissions, we're maximising the nitrogen available to the crop to produce benefits in terms of yield and protein. So you're likely to see a payback from including those products in your programme.